One kind of works. I can fix this. Wasabi. Yo, what's up, Toxic? Got my games that I bought in Japan here. I gotta pick one to. Like, I'll just play some of them and test them out. Maybe we'll start with the cheapest one. If I can, probably should have brought some scissors down here or something. Super Mario Brothers. This one cost me about less than $2. John Foster. I was like, you know, $2 for a Famicom Mario Brothers cart. How could you go wrong? All right, what's up, Hayo? Hayo, did you know that Hayo means leopard? Learned that today. Probably means other things too, but all right, let's see if this cartridge works. It does! Can you tell it's Japanese? See that it works. There we go, it works. Oh no, shoot, it's defective actually. Darn. Darn, I got the broken game with the unkillable Goomba at the start. Crap. It only cost me $2, so. I got fireworks. I tried to. Yeah, I got a bunch of Famicom games here so we can, like, test them out, make sure they're all working and stuff. Not that it matters too much. It's a little, we could make it a little louder. I managed to catch a little bit of the Flibbity-Dibbity tournament at the same place that CTWC was going on. They get a pretty good turnout there. So Apollo. We don't have to test all these in a row, but if I try a few, but if you guys are all here, we can also just look at pictures and stuff if you want. I'll let you guys tell me what you want. Yeah, I would say I can't tell a difference between this and the American version, you know? You want to see the gas station food? I didn't take any pictures of it, really. I ate a lot of the, there's like these, what is it? Sibel? These like green broad beans, pepper broad beans. They were super cheap, and I mean, there weren't much in them, so it doesn't surprise me that they were cheap, but... I ate that. I picked up a lot of natto rolls. Udon noodles with tofu. We cooked udon noodles. Sushi rolls. Inari. There's a natural Lawson's at no, a natural Lawson's, which I guess is kind of like you know, like the Whole Foods version of Lawson's at Ikebukuro Station, which was one stop away from where we were staying. And they had like vegan ramen there, ramen cups. And the kids liked those, so we ended up buying tons of those. They were eating like a couple a day each. Oh, I thought I fell there. Taiyaki. What is taiyaki? I would say no, because I don't know what that is. Yay! I thought one of those had a mushroom in it or something. Oh, that's the bullet! That's the bullet! Let's get it! Nope, I missed it. Pancake batter with red bean paste in the middle shaped like a fish. No, I never even saw that. They did have a lot of... I have a picture of it, I'll show you. But they did have a lot of desserts and treats that were all red bean paste based. No! So I found some of those that I kind of liked, that I bought a few times. Oh, come on, man. Oh! Good enough. Man, guys, I'm pretty good at this. I haven't been picking up any one-ups, so I gotta do all this in one shot, but we can do it. Oh, I jumped way too way too early there. All right, we gotta we can't screw around like that. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold. No messing around. You get it in one life here. What the heck? Okay, we got it. One life here. Kooky. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo. No, what the heck? I hit the button. No. Oh boy, it all comes down to this. Are we gonna choke? I thought it was over. Whoa. All right, this time we're not going to mess it up. Because we're going to do... No, I did it again! Oh, all right, well, that one's tested. It's clearly defective, but can't take it back. It's too far. I guess we could check. We'll check the other one too. So this, what's weird is that one cost me 300 yen, but it has the sticker on the back. I mean, granted, it's not in perfect condition. It's just weird how insanely variable. Like, even though they're kind of, some of these were like the same chain of restaurants, the same chain of stores. That some of these had prices were like a third of the price based on which store it was in. Like, I found some of the same stuff for just way more money. So I had bought this copy, which has no back sticker at all on it. And this one was 720 yen. And then like later on, I found that other one which was arguably better condition for 300 yen. So I was like, well, you can't have too many copies. Super Mario Brothers. The irony is some of these were like, especially Mario 2 USA, were sold, they had them.
Way.
Steve! Yo, thank you very much, Hellkite. 58 months. But they had, I mean, this one is not in great condition, but it's fine. Reproduction carts, like with no, like just the case, like just the cart part of it, and it was like more expensive than buying the real thing. It was just the shell. It's like they're selling those at the Nintendo store. But here's another Mario cart. I don't know how to kick out of there. All right, this one's not. Oh, it works. Cool. All right, now how do I close just the cart? It's like I want to pull this cart out, but not while it's like live. Like, how do you close the cart? Guess I could just pick a ROM. All right, that's 2 of the games I got. All right, which one do I check next? I've got King Kong 2, Goonies, Gooniezoo, Karnov, Mario 3, and Rockman 4. Other games that I picked up there. Or do we just go straight to looking at pictures? Let's do... Here, let's do the Rockman 4. So this one I got for 1,800 yen, which is like $12. For the most part, they're more expensive than that, but I intentionally found one that was not in the best condition to get a better price. Because I don't really care what the condition is. It's just the back sticker's got some wear on it. Somebody wrote on it or something. But the front cover's great. God, it's so hard to get these things open. What's the trick? I follow the guy who wrote that Entertainment Weekly story about Destination X Apollo, but I didn't click through. I just saw some thumbnail, so I didn't know. So like I would have known this days ago if I would have just clicked through. We've known Mr. Dan Giesling's back on reality TV. So here's the Rockman 4. It's in a nice orange case. Front's in good condition. The back's got some kind of writing on it that's not the looks like it's not Japanese. It's some kind of cursive or something, but somebody wrote on it and then tried to erase it. I gotta blow on it. You got the touch. You got the power. Dude, I can't read it now. Rookman. Tony. Ruka. Arude. Dr. Watua. I only remember like a third of the letters or characters. Not quite enough to Saiki. Could read that, but I don't know what Saiki is. Wake up, Rock Man. Let's say Dr. Wari. I went to an arcade and it had that that game where it's like the big drums, the two big drums with the big sticks or whatever. And they had Wily 1 for Mega Man 2 on it. So I played that. Taiko. They've had that at they've had that the last few years at the Arcade Expo, so I was familiar with it. Yeah, it was cool that it had that on there. Kind of annoying that going to the arcade there was like ultimately cheaper than going to the Arcade Expo here, and you had more time. Like you put in one 100 yen coin and you could play like 3 songs on every cabinet. You get so much time on it. Oh, I have no idea what the order is with these. Whoa! Oh, this is a terrible level to start with. No! No, shoot. I'm not good enough for this island. I'm gonna die before I even get up this ladder. Oh, I need that. Oh, I forgot you can charge shot. Oh, I'm gonna die. Maybe not worth it. I don't know if that was a checkpoint or not. I have a feeling we're about to find out. Oh, maybe not. Oh, shoot. We only got like six TV channels, but I made sure to turn the TV on there. The main thing going on in Japan right now is bear sightings. They're talking a lot about bears. Kuma. Whoa. Well, ironically, there was also a lost boy while we were there, Hayo. In fact, he was lost in... I mean, boy, he was like 20, but... he was in Kyoto when we were there. They did find him, sadly. Well, part of the story was that he was frustrated with his mom because she kept using ChatGPT. But like I had looked up a couple things or used Gemini for a few things, so we were like, ugh. I don't think there's any way we kill this guy. If I even have any lives left. I don't. All right. Here, I'll show my pictures. I'll show some other. Let's see. What do we got? We got camera here. See my my other carts. I got the Mario 3, 720 yen, about $5. Got the King Kong 2, 900 yen, about $6. I found this. It's funny. I found this 2 times later, and once it was 500 yen at a store where everything was more expensive. So it's like I could have got this for less, but then I also saw it for like 4,000 yen. So I don't know what that was all about. Goonies. I don't think I've ever played the original, like Goonies, just Goonies 2, but I like the cover. The sticker is cool. I mean, it's the sticker from the DVD slash VHS movie poster, and then of course Karnov, about $12. Japanese Karnov's cool because it has the actual story in it. I have to try that out, even though I won't be able to understand it. And then I also got Super Pitfall in the box. The only thing is this one did not have the manual. So maybe I should try to find the manual. But hold on, let's see if I do this, is it a little closer? No, that doesn't help at all. So I'll have to try to see if I can find that. Does one ROM. It says one ROM. But I got this for like, I don't know, $20 or so, $25. And then I did see it at another place that was generally more expensive, and it was like almost $100. So I got a good deal on it. And maybe that one had the manual, but the manual worth $60? I don't think so. And then the first, get this unwrapped. First place I went, found this, which is the Mario USA in the box. And this one does have the manual in it, and it's in good condition. And this box is in pretty good condition. There's a little bit of like sticky something up here, but mostly it's totally fine. It's in pretty good shape. And it was like the first place that I'd gone, and I saw it, and I was like, should I even buy this? Is this a good deal? Like, maybe I should look around. Like, I don't know, like what this means. Is the first place I've gone. And I went ahead and bought it. And it was like, I don't know, $25 or something like that. And then I never saw it again. I mean, I saw the cart all over the place, but I never saw it in box again the whole time I was there. So it was a smart, it turned out to be a very smart purchase. It was also my first use of, yeah, it has like a little bit of a sticker on the front here that someone had, but I could probably get that off. My first trying to speak Japanese, I was like, because I didn't know, because like it was just like, you know, the box was just like in the display case, and then like when I pulled it out, it was just the box. Like they didn't have anything inside the box, so I was like, carto, manual, carto. And then she showed me this stuff, and I go, oh yes, sugoi. She understood that I was happy. All right, let me let's see here. Don't really know the best way to best way to share this, but we'll figure it out. And I'm trying to do this on a single screen. Plus, my wife has her pictures. It's going to be confusing. All right. Let's see. So if I do that, and we can just do it that way. this probably isn't the best screen to show it on. Let me switch. We'll do it here. Quiet, you. Yeah, that works. We'll do it like that. I just thought this was funny. This is the... I guess you can't smoke in the street. This is outside of Ikebukuro Station, which is where we stayed. And all these people are like just like corralled inside this smoking cube. They're like all squished in there. I just thought that was kind of funny. So if I do that, does that show up? No. If I do... What happens if I do that? There we go.
No way!
It's gotta be shrinking.
I come home
Toxic. Globally, it's shrinking. What's up, Unsatisfied? Thank you for the Prime subscription. Appreciate that. So yeah, this is the first place I went. And like that was literally just a walking distance away from where we were staying. And that was the first game first Famicom game I saw was Week at Garfield. So I had to take a picture. This is where I got the got that Mario 2 box. I think this is Athena right here. Yikes. Who would want to pay that for Athena? Let's see, what other interesting photos do I got here? Oh, this is, Man, this is such an inefficient way to do this. This is what I was talking about, Hyos. This is like some kind of like dessert thing. And that's like red bean paste inside of it. I thought it looked like a Metroid, personally. So I thought it was kind of cool. They're pretty sweet though. Yeah, it's kind of like a mochi. Like, I think it's a mochi without the flour on it or something. Because like they had these with other kind of mochi things that were like, you know, more what I would think of as a mochi. So yeah, I think it's just like a mochi without the flour, like a clear mochi. But it certainly tasted very similar. Anyway, I definitely bought those. And then this place was like around the corner from where I don't know, it's just like on the corner. It's just like, it's just full of like all this, like all these signs and like random junk. It's kind of like an art piece or something. I don't even know what it was there for, but it was interesting at least. They had one of these. What do you call these things? Shoot. Daigoban. What's up, Lucha? I'm just showing my my book off purchases. You know, I went to the Kyoto. I went to both book offs in Kyoto, and the prices were not good compared to some of the ones in Tokyo. They were really hyped up prices. Doraemon. Oh, I got a picture for you, Skittlebrow. Make sure you stick around. I got a picture for you. I'm glad you're here. We went to yeah, it would vary a lot, like depending which one was which, and some of them had like almost nothing, and some of them had a ton of stuff. It was so hit and miss. Like, you definitely had a lot of stuff in Kyoto, but the prices were like through the roof. This is Don Quixote. They're all the Don Quixotes were kind of like had a little bit of different thing, but this one had this thing spinning in a circle. It had like this big spinning. Don Pen is its name. Don Pen. Yeah, it was tempting. I did think the Don Pen merch was kind of cool. I showed this to Haya, like, so like that, the Don Quixotes had a lot of like kind of random stuff in it, but this is one of the first things I found there was this Western Kentucky shirt. Like, I didn't come all, it's kind of funny, but I was like, I'm coming all the way to Japan to buy a Western Kentucky shirt. I would say out of like out of the whole trip, like everything was either way cheaper, at worst the same as far as prices go. Like, everything was like either cheaper or like maybe like in line with what we would pay here. Almost never nothing more expensive, nothing, except for t-shirts, like thrift t-shirts. I guess they have some fascination with like American retro t-shirts. Like, you could get like a Mickey Mouse t-shirt or a Bugs Bunny t-shirt or like a some sort of 80s movie on a shirt or whatever, and they would charge those shirts. They were charging like hundreds of dollars for stuff that you would see at Goodwill. And I guess it's just kind of like a cool, trendy thing or something, but they upsell them in South America. You would think they would be just like kind of like free stuff. I mean, they were obviously like, someone had taken the trouble to like find these shirts and they're in okay condition, but it's like NASCAR shirts. I mean, it was just stuff you would see here and throw away. Like, you wouldn't even think twice about it. We went to this, I'm trying not to show a bunch of pictures with my family in it, but we went to this place, like Team Labs. I guess they probably have stuff everywhere, but they have a few different museums in Tokyo. So we went to Team Labs Planets. It's kind of like an experience museum. This is just like one example of it, where it's like all these like mushrooms, and you jump across it and they turn colors as you go across. And like in one part you literally take your shoes and socks off and wade through water. It's kind of like a big Zen experience or something. Like this, like here, like is like you're in a room with like a mirror on the floor and like all these things dangling around you, and It's kind of fancy. And somehow they had one restaurant like as a part of the museum, and it was a vegan ramen museum. So I'm sorry, a vegan ramen restaurant. What are the odds? With vegan donuts and vegan ramen and vegan ice cream. So that was cool. But they had like a room like just full of like, you know, big balloons to knock around and stuff like that. I don't know how ethical this is, but the kids really wanted to do it, so I kind of didn't have a choice. Oh shoot! I need to figure out a better way to. Yeah, maybe I could just paste it there. That'd probably be better. Anyway, like, what happens if I click this? No, that takes me all the way there. That doesn't work. Hold on. We went to this Capybara Cafe. Like, what do I just take that and then do it like this? Does that work? Yeah. So we went to a capybara place. You could feed and pet the capybara. They had a couple of capybaras and then a bunch of cats. You go to Japan so you can if I do that and then that, try to find a more efficient way to is that a Japanese cat if you've ever seen one? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't make a habit of it, that's for sure, but it's like we're on a trip and it was one of the only things on my kids list that they really wanted to do, so I was like, all right, we'll do it. But we went to a pig one too, which I'm sure is even less ethical, but I don't know. This was I don't know what this area was called. This was somewhere near that park that you recommended, Hayo. Near Shinjuku, I guess. Well, like, it's just, you know, it's a street with some Harajuku. Yes, Lucha, yes. But I just thought that was crazy. Like, there was so many people on this street. It was so crowded. There's so many people. This was like on a Sunday, I guess, but it was so crowded. But then, like, you know, you make one turn off this main road and everything was fine. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's right. It had a very funny name on the name of the street. I was like, you got to be kidding. That can't possibly be the name of the street. It was memorable. And also, another vegan ramen place right around the corner from here. And you could get cotton candy, cotton candy that was like this big or whatever. Here's an example of what I was talking about with the t-shirts. So this Ghostbusters 2 t-shirt here, which clearly isn't in like perfect condition or anything. This Ghostbusters 2 t-shirt, 26,000 yen. So this is like, I don't know, $175. But it was just like a bit full of this kind of crap. Like look at this shirt on the upper right. Like, it's just like an eagle shirt, or like this like Grateful Dead shirt, which is also like $100. I can't tell what this one is. If this is looks like it's the Joker. I don't know. They had one. I was thinking about it, Skittlebrau. I mean, it'd be easy money. There was like on this wall was a t-shirt of like Marlon Brando's face from The Godfather, like on a white t-shirt, and it was $400. Yeah, I did get some tax-free stuff. It was kind of confusing because it was like you're supposed to maybe have to show that stuff when you go back to the customs, but we didn't have to do that, and they didn't even seem like there would be even an opportunity to do that, so I don't know what the point of that was, but yeah, we did that in a few spots. It ultimately is hardly worth the trouble. Like even like some of the places like upcharge you to do it, and you only save 10%, and you can only do it on up to like I think $800 total, which means you're saving 10%, so it's like the most you could save is $80. I guess if you didn't care about having to sort stuff to make sure you had it available at customs, then maybe it's worth it, but I definitely considered it because like I wanted to buy like there was a PlayStation game I wanted. I was like, I should buy this PlayStation game because it's like literally, or a Switch game or whatever. Like they're like, you know, because they're the same price there, where it's like 7,000 yen versus $70. So like that's more like $50. Plus you could get it tax-free, I guess. But then it wasn't always clear. Like it was like you could probably set it to English, but some of the games you couldn't get the DLC if you did it that way. And I was like, it's probably not worth it. I ultimately didn't do it, but yeah, the games were definitely cheaper there. Here's some more random pictures of games. I just took that one because it was Tiny Toons for Apollo. Well, you know, they weren't all like super cheap. I mean, this one here, this Tiny Toons one is like that's like $80. So, I mean, not everything was cheap. They definitely had some more expensive stuff. Life Force. What's this? The Game of Life? Game Boy Color? Mappy. I saw Mappy freaking everywhere, dude. They had a glut of Mappy. You say that, Lucha, but I got the Super Pitfall. The Super Pitfall in box here, and the Mario USA in box. Both of them were under 4,000 yen. Yeah, I don't know if you've gone to Super Potato, but that place was really expensive. And the Book Off, I pretty much got everything from Book Off. I got the, as much as I was talking about the crazy prices, I got the Super Pitfall one in Kyoto. But everything else I got at Book Offs, mostly in the Ikebukuro one had the biggest selection of just random cards overall. So if next time you're in Tokyo, go to the Ikebukuro Station Book Off, which is by Super Potato, and that one had the most carts just in general. They had thousands of carts. It just took me a long time to go through them. Let's see. All right, are you ready, Skittlebrow? This one's for you. The Alf collection. We were in like, what's the name of the anime area or whatever, that Akihabara? Like, we went there and it was just like, I mean, it was just so crowded and busy and expensive and crazy. And then there's some other place called Nakano Broadway that's like kind of like the smaller version of it or something. So, and that was out west from where we were, so it was actually kind of close. So that's where this is. It's like in a multi-level indoor mall that just had a bunch of random stuff, and this is one of the things there. Yeah, Nakano Broadway. That's where this is. Unfortunately, this, like, it opened at 10, so we got there at 10, but the building opened at 10, and a lot of the shops didn't open till 11 or 12, so we were like walking around. So anyway, like half the places were like kind of open, so this place like right above the top here is like the gate is halfway open, so I could only see the Alf stuff. I didn't look at the prices here. Like, how are the prices? Let's see what we got. So you get this big old, this big Alf here, 6,800 yen. It's not bad. Skittlebrats Brat's about 45 bucks. You get this little guy for even less. Hand-painted head knocker for about $60. Got the little action figure over here. Well, that one's almost $100 though. But I thought that was pretty funny that they liked Alf. Yeah, that one does look pretty cool. Like he's in the little display box or whatever. But I had to take that picture. They had and one of the places, like the main place in there, Lucha, was just like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was like half the stores were that place. They just had stores all throughout the mall. And that place didn't open until noon. And so I was like, oh, I'm not waiting around until noon to go into this place. But it is kind of crazy that Sega is a Japanese company. And like, man, you found Nintendo stuff everywhere. And like there was like no Sega stuff. Like, I mean, like in that one place that had thousands of Famicom carts, they probably had like, I don't know, 10 or 20 Sega carts, Master System carts. They just had nothing. Like if you're trying to go there to find Sega stuff, then you're out of luck. I really wanted to get a Wonder Swan, but I only found 2 the whole time I was there, and they wanted like, you know, $200 for it. I was like, I'm not gonna get that. And they didn't even have the games that I wanted for them. I thought I would be able to find like a bunch of Wonder Swan stuff, but the answer was no, I could not. We went to the Ghibli Museum, but there's a little bit of a miscommunication about that, and like you have to have reservations, and like I didn't know really anything about it, and my wife didn't realize that she needed to do that, and so we got there like you're not gonna get in here. And they were sold out for the whole month, so it's like, nope, you're not going there. But we did go on the outside of it though. Yeah, if I knew that they wanted to do that, I would have been on top of it. Like the Nintendo Museum, for example, which I was on top of. But they weren't on top. Like, no one was paying attention to that, so. Yeah, they sell out, like, really far in advance. Here's Mount Fuji. We're riding the bullet train. Took the Fuji side, and we actually could see it. So that was handy. Boom, 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 boop, boop. Let's see. We went to like I guess I probably have the video. My wife has the video of it. I don't think I have the video of it. But we went to a shibori museum and made shibori fabric thing. It's like some kind of Japanese, like you like fold the fabric and put pressure on it so like it's like tie-dye basically. But the guy there was pretty funny. He was like he did a whole show of us showing it off when we were done. He's like he's like having to show it and stuff. It's like Ichi ni san oi oi. But they showed like the art of like how they make with shibori, like how they make some of the geisha outfits or whatever, like wrapping thread around stuff and like breaking it apart. I don't know. It looked really. I'd never heard of it before, but it was complicated. But that was in Kyoto. We went to that Monkey Island? Not Monkey Island. Monkey Mountain in Kyoto. There's like a mountain, like you climb up to the top and there's like all these monkeys up there and you can feed them and stuff and they're all hanging out. And it's got a cool, view of Kyoto from up there. Kind of cool. You can see the whole city from up there. You can see some monkeys down here. And then like you can go like get into a cage. Like the monkeys are on the outside, you're on the inside. You could get some food and like these holes were just big enough to fit the food, so they would just kind of reach in and like very daintily like grab the food out of your hand and eat it or whatever. That was fun. Oh, this is very important here. The utility poles, these things, they're rubber and they're textured. Did you guys know that? And this is for all the the GeoGuessr fans out there. And so you look at that one, and then look at this one. Different textures. They have different textures. See, this is the stuff you don't appreciate until you see it in person. I took a picture of the other one because it was like grid shaped. So like in Tokyo, all of them had these like these kind of dimple shaped ones, and in Kyoto I saw they were like the crisscross pattern. I was like, oh, is this a meta? Is this a meta? So if you're in Kyoto, and then I saw the dimpled ones in Kyoto too, so it doesn't work. But maybe if you see that, you see this pattern here, maybe you're probably not in Tokyo, because I didn't see this pattern in Tokyo. So very important for you GeoGuessr fans. Then we went to, I said I was on top of this one because you had to like enter a lottery to get these, but we went to the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto. They had guards out front. You had to show your passport for every person, and then you went through airport style metal detectors to get in. It was so intense. But I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like a tiny room with like almost nothing in it, but it was actually really cool. They clearly put a lot of like effort into it. There's they had, some photo op spots. Unfortunately, I don't know, like, they have, like, I don't know, there was multiple places we went that you couldn't take pictures when you're in, like, kind of museum-type locations. I don't know what the reason for it is, but maybe to make it more of a unique experience or something. I don't know. It was kind of weird. But so I couldn't take pictures in the main showroom or whatever. I'm sure if you if you Google, like, you can see pictures of it because they had like a press day or whatever. But I got like this this book, official museum book that has like some of the stuff from the museum in it or whatever. kind of like talks about the museum itself and history. It was only it was like not even $10, so I was like, well, I'll go ahead and get it. But just, you know, just some Mario stuff or whatever. But it had like the upper floor where you couldn't take pictures it was like this big room, and it had every console with like a bunch of games kind of there. But like it also had like all the hardware is more interesting to me. Like it had like every accessory that I know of, and some of them that I didn't know of. Like it had every accessory there, so you could see like every accessory for every console. It had like all their old stuff, you know, prior to making consoles, like, you know, with their toys and things like that. And then in the side room, it had like art, and it had like a bunch of collections for different games of sprite sheets, ROM sprite design, level design, like, so like basically like little, you know, like mock-up stuff that people had made when they were working on the games back 40 years ago, which was really cool. It had some like including Metroid 2, and I was dying because I was like, I just want to take pictures of this and send it to McFly, and I couldn't take pictures of it. But it had like some Metroid 2 concept stuff, and it had some of the originals sprite stuff from some of the Zelda games and things. It was really cool. Couldn't take any pictures of it though. But then on the other floor, they had interactable stuff, and I could take pictures of that. So they had a bunch of games you could play. So they had like these oversized controllers. And I've seen people make oversized controllers before. And these are like really nice oversized. They're way better than any oversized controllers I've seen anybody make before. But they had Famicom, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo, a Wii controller even, which someone had that at Open Sauce last year, but they had a oversized Wii controller you could play with. Here's a more up-close photo of the Famicom one. Anyway, they're really well made. The only problem is, one, it was running on like a virtual console demo, and like, I don't know if it was running through a projector system or something or what, but the lag was not good. There was way too much input latency. It made it really hard to play. In my opinion, it was too hard to play because of that. But the Super Famicom controllers looked cool too. I don't know if I didn't actually look if the shoulder buttons worked on that. Actually, I bet they did. The line was too long for the Nintendo 64 one to do that, but they had people were playing Mario 64, you know, doing Bowser throws with the enormous Nintendo 64 controller. But they had a bunch of like other kind of like interactable elements down there, just kind of like stuff to play on. So like they had like a big, I don't know if it was like 10 or 12 people at a time come in. That you could play with a super scope or a zapper, and then you could shoot at the screen, and they had like, it was like a 5-minute thing of shooting at the screen trying to score points. And then at the end they'd give you a score or whatever. I got silver. I got second place in our group. Pretty good. And then the store there was really cool. They had a section of stuff for every console, which was neat, including like Famicom Disk System. Like how I was like, that's so cool that they had Famicom Disk System shirts and Famicom Disk System mugs. And they had Famicom and NES stock, shirts and mugs and stuff. And they had one for every console. Anyway, I haven't opened it yet, but I got a Famicom one. Came in a nice little box here. So here, we'll open it up. It even has like the year on the side or whatever, 1983. Let's see. Pretty cool. Got like a multi-color thing here. Anyway, that's the one I picked out. I thought the disc system one was pretty cool too, but I didn't want to be a poser. I don't have a disc system. I don't play disc system stuff. Dun, 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 dun. And I was kind of surprised I didn't find like a lot of like random Coke stuff. Like everything was basically already just Coca-Cola. So I found this one and bought it, and I mean it tasted mostly like Pepsi or something. But for the most part, it was all tea or coffee-based stuff or energy drinks, and not really cola stuff. So I didn't get to have any like fancy stuff. I got Dr. Pepper, Coke, Pepsi, and Mountain Dew. They mostly all tasted the same. Yeah, it was very like their setup of having like vending machines like everywhere was really nice, affordable. Vending machines being the key word, like where you get a water for under $1 or a Coke for under $1 anywhere you happen to be at. Definitely took advantage of that. Yeah, here's the proof. Lucha of the Super Pitfalls. Yeah, it's just over 20 bucks for this. I need to see if I can get the manual though. Is this, and then look at this, is it right next to King Kong 2 in the box? What are the odds of that? Could have picked that up too. I blew it. Let's see what else. I'm just looking at the picture. We stayed like by the that castle in Kyoto, but we didn't go into it.
I just got high. Is this the stream where you explained that you were not streaming for a while because you were gallivanting around Japan?
Yes, Alex. Yes. We just been looking at some of my purchases here or whatever. Went to the just showed off the Nintendo Museum pictures, and I'm going to try out some more of my Famicom carts I picked up while I was there. But just showing off a few photos. I thought this was funny, but this is like a karaoke place, I guess, but like enjoy skateboarding in a karaoke room. So it has like a karaoke room with a quarter pipe in it, it looks like. Or maybe it's not even it looks almost like a street setup here, but anyway, enjoy skateboarding while karaokeing. Why not? in the skeleton room. Probably because you will break your bones while you do it. I just happened to, like, I didn't even know these places were here. I just happened to, like, wander into some of these places, but there's these pop-up shops that had anime stuff. I thought the One Piece, the Luffy here was kind of cool looking. Or the Boku no Hero Academia. What's up, Nick Vic? You're gonna have to rewind. I'm probably halfway through or more now. I went to this to the manga museum, so I guess like I didn't really know what I was getting into. I just was like, okay, we'll go to this manga museum, but I guess it's like the manga district of Tokyo, and they had, it wasn't totally clear to me because everything was in Japanese, but like it's in a building that was like, I guess, an office slash apartment building where a lot of these artists lived, you know, through the 40s, 50s, 60s. And then it was torn down in 82, but then where it was rebuilt exactly the same now as a museum. So I don't know why they tore it down. So anyway, it was a little confusing to me exactly what the order of operations was. But in any event, they had this building that was either the original or an exact replica of this building where all these famous manga artists lived and worked. And so it had some rooms that are kind of like museum-like, but some were like reproductions of their rooms, you know, with their art and stuff, and some of the stuff of the time or whatever, with some of their art and things. They had like a specific exhibit, which was this guy who drew these characters. I don't remember his name, but anyway, it was interesting, but it was also confusing. But apparently that whole like neighborhood is kind of manga driven because like this place was there, like all these manga people lived there, so like there's a lot of shops and stuff. So it's kind of cool because I went down the street and there's this place called like a retro museum, and I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like a retro store or something, but it's actually like a retro games like thing. And so they had like all of these like actual like games from years past or whatever. This is like part of it was like a reproduction of like a kid's bedroom or whatever, you know, but they had like the little tops, you know, with on the string, the spinning top things, or some of the games that kids would have played back in the, you know, post-war era. But then they also had, and like board games and stuff like that, but then they also, like, more importantly, they had one of the Nintendo things that I had not seen until I went to the Nintendo Museum. I saw this in the Nintendo Museum. I'd never seen this before. But I guess this would count as Nintendo's first console. It was basically like a breakout, you know, Arkanoid bust 'em up game or whatever, like, you know, a variation on Pong. So this would have come out before the Famicom came out. But when I was there, it wasn't on, and I was like, but I'd say they had the power stuff, like it was all plugged in. So I was like, well, clearly you wouldn't plug it in if it was just for display, so that must work. And so I asked the lady about it. I was like, "She's on," and she told me to come back on the weekend, and that's when they turned it on. So we did end up coming back, and I played it. I can show the pictures of that too. But I thought that was pretty cool. I Anyway, I come back in a few days, so I'll show that when I get back there. And then I was wandering around somewhere, I think probably Shibuya, and I just happened to walk into a specific building and turned around, and I was like, what am I looking at? And I realized I'm looking at a store that's selling exclusively From Software Miyazaki stuff. And I was like, this is awesome. And I got the I grabbed their they had a book for it too, like a little catalog of all the stuff that they have or whatever, like, you know, t-shirts and necklaces and rings and jewelry and all this stuff. Anyway, I wasn't gonna buy that stuff, but I just thought it was cool that they had like they had some of these sculptures. And especially because I just happened to wander over and find it, and I didn't actually seek it out. Yeah, they had a lot of this Elden Ring stuff. This is from Night Rain, apparently. I didn't know there's anything like kind of exclusive to Night Rain. It seemed like a lot of the stuff was more Elden Ring focused, but it did have some Bloodborne and other things in there. It was a small shop, but I went to the I figured it out after I took the picture, but I still thought this was funny. But this was at the Nintendo store. They had this display, and I'm like, one of these things is not like the others. It does not belong. But then I realized like the overall thing was it was advertising the Nintendo Online stuff. So I guess they do have Sega games there, and that's why they had that there. But without that context, it looked a little misplaced. And there were some other kind of random stores there where they had some more. They love Godzilla. They love Ultraman. A lot of Ultraman stuff too. I don't know much about Ultraman. But they actually had a Sega store. So I found some Sega stuff, but it's all exclusively in the single Sega store. Including a Puyo Puyo thing. And then they had this huge full-size, life-size Mewtwo in a vat. I don't know why. I didn't ask questions, I just took a picture. Oh, and this place was a security bot moping around, bumping into things. I don't know what it would do if it, like, I don't know if it, I guess it's just looking for trouble. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it was doing, but there was a security bot. And I didn't find this. I didn't go out looking for it either, but apparently there was a Kojima Strand store nearby as well. I don't know much about Kojima stuff, so I wasn't too concerned about it, but and then I found out after the fact, after I got back, that the Tower Records, which I was in the building with the Tower Records and I didn't go to it, the Tower Records had a special floor exhibit of Michael Jackson stuff because of the Michael Jackson movie that just came out. And they had like a bunch of his outfits and Jackson 5 stuff. So that would have been cool to see, but I didn't know. I blew it. And then this is Shibuya Crossing, which I gotta say, as far as like anything, the whole trip, Shibuya Crossing is the one thing where I was like, wow, this was really overrated. I wasn't even I wasn't even like really sure that I was there. I was like, because like there's other street crossings right around there that are very similar. It's like, I guess this is the Shibuya Crossing that everybody's talking about. I don't know. Super underwhelming. If someone were to ask about it, I'd be like, it's not even worth it. Times Square is way more interesting than Shibuya Crossing, in my opinion. I mean, Shibuya Crossing was just like, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people crossing the street, but I don't know. I mean, I was only there like this one night or whatever, but like a lot of people were like taking pictures in it and stuff, but I was like, every block around here looks so similar. Like there's nothing really that special about this one block other than it also has a cross, a cross diagonal crossing, but there's lots of busy intersections right around there though. Times Square is way more interesting because it's like it has just as much plus more stuff above to look at. Plus it has like all the stupid, people dressed up as things or like selling things. Like there's a lot more stuff going on. This Shibuya Crossing just has people trying to get their picture taken walking across the street. Like it didn't have anything else. Anyway, so I did come back to that place to come and play I played the Nintendo. It was pretty hard. It wasn't easy. There you can see the layout there of how it worked. So you could they had like 6 different stages that you'd pick from, and then how many lives you want, and then a start button, and then a Pong knob basically. It wasn't exact, like I kind of thought like, oh, you just pick the layout and it plays, but they did play differently. Like the whole board would like move down, like on a couple of these, the whole board would like, after a certain amount of time, it would start moving down towards your cursor. So it was almost like it was time based or something. I don't know. In any event. And like I said, we went to the pig cafe place. The pigs were like, man, they were like biting at you, like pulling on your clothes, like looking for food, like really aggressive. And then once they kind of figured out that they weren't going to get any more food, they got kind of lazy and they just hopped up on my lap and fell asleep. It's hard to tell, but this is my lap. So this pig got on my lap and fell asleep, and then this one also climbed up in my lap and fell asleep. So they both did it. And then a little while later, a third one like climbed on top of both of them. Anyway, they were nice pigs. Once they calmed down. And then I went to a baseball game at the Tokyo Dome. I did when we were going to Chicago with Apollo and Hayo, they were telling me about Japanese baseball, and I was like, oh, that actually does sound fun. I'll buy tickets. And so I bought tickets, but then they were going to ship them to us instead of it being a digital delivery, which is going to be a huge pain. So I was like, I'm never going to get these tickets because how am I going to get them? They're going to ship from Japan. I'm going to miss it. And then I was able to like tell them to ship it to our Japanese address, but I was like, I'm not going to know. Will they leave it there? What if they have to meet me or like have me sign for it? Like, this is going to be such a pain in the butt. And then it turned out they shipped it like the day before we left, and they were delivered the day we arrived. So like when we got there, I went out to the mailbox and they were in the mailbox. So it made it like super easy to do. And it worked out pretty well. The only problem is that the game ended in a tie, which was super annoying. The away team was down 1 in the 9th inning with 2 outs, and they had a home run to tie the game, and then it ended up ending at a tie. Yeah, it was very soccer-esque and unsatisfying. Not in the user who's in chat sort of way, but they had yeah, this is the inside of the Tokyo Dome. We had some pretty high up seats, but you could see it pretty well. And they had all the cheerleaders from both teams. There's a lot, man, there's so many cheerleaders. I'm not even sure which ones were which at some points, but well, it was a 2-2 game, so it wasn't exactly like a barn burner or anything, but yeah, I mostly just took videos from this one, but it was pretty interesting. Like there was an away section in the outfield, and the people in the away section were just as loud, if not louder, than the entire rest of the stadium. And I had been warned. I had been given a primer of it in advance by Hayo and Apollo, but like every player, and I found it on the website, the lyric sheet. So like every player had a chant or a cheer for them, and they would just cheer it the entire time they were up at bat. So like for the most part, in most sporting events, the home team, when they're up trying to do something, like the home crowd is trying to be quiet to not be distracting. But these guys are like, the whole time they're like, Bobby, Bobby, let's go, Bobby, 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 let's go, Bobby. Like they're just screaming the entire time. Yeah, I don't know. What's the easiest way to show a video? I actually have a video of the home run on my phone because I was recording when it happened. Well, let me see if I can let's see. So this one, yeah, I wish I knew the best way to just show files off of my phone. Hold on, I can get this. I can get this. Hold on. Oh, then I'm gonna have to like share it somehow. It's gonna be. We can do this. Okay, So it was on 6-7. Oh, jeez. That's the game. That's the day we were at the game. It was 6-7, right? And what was the file name? Doesn't it have to be the latest one? Confused because on here it says the name of it is Vid. Oh, that's because it's that's the Instagram version of it. Oh shoot, hold on. So that must be this one. Okay, so it's probably this one. Okay, 165.228. There it is. Okay, so if I click on that, okay, it's downloading. It's downloading. Okay, it's downloading. We're getting it. Hold on, maybe I could just do it this way, actually. Maybe this will work. Okay, there we go. Here, I'll pause this. So I was recording this because it was the end of the game. I was wanting to see the end of the game. So you can see here on the top left, 2 outs. Crowd's going crazy. The home team is up 2-1. We're in the 9th inning. Away team at batting. You can hear some fans behind me. There's the away crowd going wild. Let's see, let me find one other good video of the of their chants. This one's all right. Let's see, that one is 1. This is the away side. So this is like 10% of the crowd, tops. Not really. I was sitting next to some other people probably who also bought their tickets on StubHub or something. But there were a lot of foreigners there. I always feel like I belong. You know, I just look at all the other tourists like, oh, tourists, am I right, guys? This is when they scored a run. I did feel out of place there when I didn't have a towel to swing around. All right, there's one other good one, but I'm not noticing it right now. Oh, there, this one. Anyway, for the most part, the away crowd I thought was more impressive, in case you can't tell. They knew the assignment and they were achieving it. But they said they jumped for that this entire at bat. It was like a 10-pitch at bat. They jumped the entire time. Anyway, that was the baseball game. I mean, don't you think? I mean, couldn't they could pull this off in the U.S., right? I mean, like this is like Savannah Bananas or whatever. Like they could pull it off. Like that, you just got to get a team that's that wants to do it. Play some tunes. Anyway, we went to the top of the Shibuya Tower as well. But anyway, here's Shibuya Crossing from above. Like I said, I mean, to me, it's just an intersection with a diagonal cross street. It wasn't that impressive. I think I made hold on, I've got, as long as we got that thing working, I can pull up the video. We'll see that one's here. 5552. This one. I made a video of crossing Shibuya Crossing. And mostly what it is like you see like it turns green and then it's just everybody like walks out, immediately starts taking pictures and standing there. No one's actually crossing the street.
Dodge all the Instagrammers.
Anyway, that was Shibuya Crossing. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like going to the top of the tower, you could get like these crazy views of Tokyo. It just went forever. Like this park here that's dark is like where the Imperial Palace is, I guess. Shibuya from above. I see that IKEA right there. I hear this one. You can actually see the Shibuya Crossing there with all the other stuff. Let's see what else. Went to the arcade. Played some of those games. Like that was cool. I did find if I was staying to find a Metroid 2, and I did find Metroid 2, but in case you can't tell, this was like $200+ for this game. So like pass. I got Snow Bros here though. Oh, that's Game Boy Color. I was like, that's not Magical Doropa, is it? It's not. Maybe instead you get Wizardry. This was at that Super Potato. They had some expensive stuff. Then, of course, last but not least, flying out. You got Godzilla in the airport. And then where was I Sunday? Weird Al. Well, I don't have much else to show you about that one. Although I will show this video, but he did walk down our aisle right next to us, so I took a video of it. I mostly at these concerts I only take pictures just so I know that to remember that I was there. So. But he happened to walk right down our aisle right next to us, which is cool. Oh, don't I gotta turn it down so I don't get the copyright struck. I could have reached out and grabbed him, but I didn't. I maintained myself. Anyway, it was a good show. It was a good time. I missed Bit Brigade for it, but it was a good time. Anyway, that's my pictures. Good trip. We try out some more of these Famicom carts, just make sure they all how they work. Got let's see. Let's try out Goonies. Huh, I don't think I've seen this before. Do all Famicom carts have this? No, it seems unique. It's got a hole in it. Why has it got a hole in it? It's got a hole. It's got a hole going through it. You ever seen that before? In a Famicom cart? Is this like a for security or something? Never seen a hole in a cart before. Why they got that? I don't know how to make it not, like, I don't want the cart to be running when I pull it out. I don't know how to get this cart console to not do that. Should get the rubbing alcohol to actually make these things work. I thought I had some down here, but I guess I don't. All right, so the Goonies needs cleaning. This one also has some writing on the back sticker that someone's rubbed off. That must be their practice that they do there. Yep, King Kong 2 has a hole in it too. There we go. That one needed a little finagling. Heard this music before. I've never actually played this, so I don't know how it works, but... I didn't realize the rocks lobbed, because I've only ever seen you throw them, I've only seen you throw them at, like, point-blank distance or whatever. It's just, like, why'd you put a hole in it? It's just the design. It's like, yeah, that's the design, but why? It's not really much of an answer. We just thought it was cool, I guess. Oh, you can't even go to the sides here? It's just up and down? This game's a less open world than I thought. This whole time I thought this game was more complicated because you could go anywhere. This game's easy. Off. Turn it on. Oh, holy cow, you can just... Oh, that's fun. Ooh, I found a warp zone. Did you know about this one? Look at me now! Man, everything drops something, huh? Oh, you could... Oh, I'm in World 1 still? I thought I warped. Oh, you don't fight this boss. It's bugged, Paul. It's not working. Oh, never mind. I love Lady Kong. Oh, you didn't even go that way. You just get that and come all the way back, maybe? It was probably locked that whole time, that first door that I didn't even go to. Still in World War I. Now the game's getting fuzzy. Alright, well, it worked. Game's getting too fuzzy. We're not gonna push it. That That kind of worked to turn off the card, I guess. All right. That one could probably use a little bit of cleaning. We got the Mario 3 in relatively good condition. Probably just dirtying this thing up doing this. Making it worse. Come on. Okay, so that one needs a little cleaning too. All right, and now we got the Karnov. Karanova. All right, that one needs cleaning too. I'm gonna go get the rubbing alcohol. Got better ways to clean these, but this usually works. Short term. See what it does. Hey, Mr. Leo, how's it going? You know it works. You know it works. Yeah, I just showed off a bunch of pictures and stuff, Mr. Leo, if you want to check the VOD. But, I did see some Alf memorabilia. Scoodlebrow was here, he got to see it. So this is different from Goonies 2, right? Yeah, I mean, definitely. It doesn't start with rats. I don't know what these mice have to do with Goonies at all, in fact. Music's the same. I don't actually know what's different about the... It feels vaguely familiar. Maybe I've played this before. Like, you're supposed to, like, rescue the 5 guys or something? There's, like, 5 kids to rescue. 5 keys. Whoa! It's got a zapper. I don't know how to use the key. Yeah, I used a little bit of my Japanese learnings in Japan, Mr. Leo. Nope. Alright, so... I don't think there's anything else here. Wouldn't you think I'd be at... Oh, you just walk into it. Alright. Well, I think I like this more than Goonies 2. Oh, now I'm not so sure. Mazes. Yeah, I'm just checking out some of the Famicom carts that I picked up. I don't have the keys yet, so surely you don't go that way. Oh, you can only have one at a time. Hiya! Goonies is what they're known for. Flying karate kicks. Not any more doors left, are there? Oh, there's this door. Whoa! What is that? Slingshot? Nice. Got some Simpsons going on here. I don't think there's anywhere else to go. But I don't have a key, so I don't know how this works. Huh. Well, apparently the game's too hard. Was there another skull door? That I missed? Oh, this one. Everybody's got a bomb, huh? There's a key. Two key. No problem. Whoa! What a rude dude. Oh no! Yeah, I saw Weird Al this weekend too, Mr. Leo, so it was good timing with Dan's announcement. Very exciting. I'm still so messed up from jet lag though. Like I woke up at 3:30 this morning and I couldn't fall back to sleep. Alright, this game works. It's kind of fun. I like it better than Goonies too. Okay, so if you get all those diamonds, it fills up your life. I thought maybe you get a 1-up, but... Bum bum, bum 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 bum. Alright, let's try... get... Mario 3 working. Yeah, there really should be a way to turn off the console part without turning off the entire console itself. Gary Kitchen's Battle Tank. No problem, man. It's such a miracle the way it works. It's crazy that you could just, like, people were just like feasting for a chance to even look at this in the Wizard. And not only did it already exist in Japan, but it looked like it's all in English, like it's the same game. Although it's probably not all in English though. Probably the king or whoever probably talks in Japanese. Let's find out. I wonder if there's any other minor changes to it. I don't know if I would notice. Yeah. No. I guess I don't need the warp whistle if I want to talk to the king. I mean, it even says help. Oh, that was in Japanese. Shoot, why did I skip it? Did it always do that, like that black thing where it kind of opens up the level like that? I don't recall that in the US version. Doo-doo. Like, I thought it just kind of opened the level. I don't remember it, like, coming back in. I remember it closing like that, but I don't remember it coming back in like that. Funny how short these levels are. There we go. something no Poo Pui Tari Toakuno Kuko Heimo Hitotsu Tohi Hitotsu Tohi Tuto Tukono Tsukinawa something Hitotsu Hitotsu means one. It's like pick one. Hitsuto na tika no yaku nitatsukari. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what these words are. Other than hitotsu. Yeah, I do not remember. I should pull up the... In fact, I just want to see right now. So if I go to the US Super Mario Brothers 3. See? It just fades in. Look at me. Look at me noticing differences. Okay, let's see that again. Is there a hole I can jump in? Take note. You click it, boom, it just comes in like that. Japanese version. Goes in, comes back in like that. Doesn't fade. Wonder why they changed it. It is very noticeable. Like it's, it feels like you're waiting a long time. Maybe that's why they fixed it. They decided it looks bad. That's the kind of stuff I would love to get, like commentary on, like why, like little tiny changes. There's probably other stuff too, just kind of like microscopic changes that they made for whatever reason. It just shows they care, you know? It just shows they care, because you don't have to do anything. Alright. Let's see if that fixed the Karnov. It did. Kuriaki. I can't read that fast. Arihi. I can't read this fast. Hitozitoha. Chica. I need this with the story so we know what it was. Chigio. I can't read that fast. Yoika Kurin. It's like when you only know like 2/3 of the letters, it just doesn't work. Amano Chigio. That's all that matters right there. I forgot how to play. Always be shooting. I forgot about that part. All the carts work, so that's good. Oh, shoot. I was trying to drop a bomb. Put you all the way back here. We did it. Cutscene. Sakinari. I don't know these words. It is interesting that they have the words separated there, though. That makes it a lot easier to read if I knew all the letters. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, how'd that hit me? Game over. I can read that one. Anyway, cool. They all work. I didn't test the ones in the box, but I don't care about that. They're in the box, and that's enough for me. All right. We had fun. I forgot to record any of that. To download the VOD or something. Okay, dokay. I bought that Saros game, so I'm going to be playing that. I know most people probably aren't going to care about it, but I want to play it, so I'm going to play it. GT Ace is doing a Mario thing on GDQ channel right now. All right, let's get out of here. I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Bye.